Next, we're going to introduce our speaker. His name is John Oberg. He's the outreach coordinator for vegan outreach. And John, take it away.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
See you guys again. Hey, so first of all, I would just like to thank all of you for taking the time to come out here. It really means a lot, and I would love to first say I was looking a lot better in the shirt earlier, then I ate a bunch of Ronald donuts, and now not so much. So before I proceed, I would like to talk about the importance of being vegetarian. Sometimes the question arises, is being vegetarian really important? And the fact of the matter is, an average American consumes between 30 and 35 mammals a year. So the answer to that question is yes, it is very important, and each one of you are making a big impact. So give yourselves a round of applause for not eating animals. And it's a huge impact. That's huge, it should never be understated. So while the number of farm animals being raised in the United States is really disconcerting, 10 billion farm animals, the number is also especially good on a level that we are able to make a really big impact. One new vegetarian saves 30 to 35 animals a year. So it's important to look beyond just our personal vegetarianism and realize the impact that we're making by creating new vegetarians. So it's the exponential change that we can create over time that's really important. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the work that Vegan Outreach does. So since 1994, Vegan Outreach has been creating the art of leafletting. Since 1994, we've distributed over 19 million booklets, and we're currently at a pace of about 1 million booklets per semester. So 2 to 3 million booklets per year are being distributed by volunteers and regional coordinators throughout the country, as well as Canada, even Mexico, and a little bit throughout the rest of the world as well. So this is definitely picking up. Now, one concept that Vegan Outreach believes in is when we're choosing to do one thing, we're choosing not to do another. So it's very important to invest our limited time and resources into activism that's effective. Of course, concentrating on farm animals is something that's very important, not only because 99% of farm animals, not only because 99% of animals that are killed in the United States are killed for food, but the fact that these animals that are being raised for food are living miserable lives from birth to death. This is something I'm sure you all are very aware of, and I mean, even millions of animals are even suffer to death before they even reach slaughter. So the biggest impact we can make as effective animal activists is by concentrating our efforts on farm animals. Now, every new vegetarian is a significant victory for animals, and that should never be understated, as I mentioned earlier. And leafletting is a very simple act. Basically, leafletting, just to give you the definition of it, is distributing booklets. And the booklets that we have, I actually gave you a sample. The booklet that we hand out on college campuses is this booklet right here. It's about 16 pages, and it talks about how farm animals were raised and promotes vegetarian eating. For people that come to us and say, hey, I'm really excited about this, we have a supplemental booklet that has vegetarian recipes, meal ideas, health tips. So these are what we're distributing on college campuses. So leafletting, while it isn't effective activities, the results certainly are. In the past, other social justice movements have really succeeded because of leafletting, or leafletting has definitely played a big part of that. For example, Thomas Paine's Common Sense helped get people psyched up about the American Revolution. Leafletting has helped push forward the abolition of slavery and even the women's right to vote. So leafletting, as you might just think, hey, it's standing there handing out paper. It's really played a crucial role in pushing the ball forward for other social justice movements, and the same can be done for animals. A concept that Vegan Outreach believes in is called foot in the door. And foot in the door concept is basically arisen from research that shows when we ask people to make a small step, that will get people to make a larger step further down the line. For example, if you look at the front of the booklet that I showed here, it says, even if you like meat, you can help end this cruelty. By cutting your meat consumption in half, you're sparing hundreds of animals from a lifetime of misery. So, what that means is, hey, we're not saying, hey, go vegan, go vegan, go vegan. We are saying, hey, cut your meat consumption in half, and we often find that people who do take this first step will go towards vegetarian and go towards vegan. Another message that we try and push is this anti-purity message. What I mean by that is we think that creating a vegan world is more accessible to people if we're concentrating on the big things like meat, milk, and eggs. We're not saying, hey, go vegan, and also look at every single ingredient and every single product you have and, be a Nazi about it. We're not trying to be pure. The idea is to create a vegan world, not a vegan club. Now we concentrate our efforts on college students and also other young people. And the reason we concentrate our efforts on young people is because young people are at a time at a time of their life when they're questioning the status quo, when college students are at a time of their life when they're now living on their own and making their own purchases for groceries, and when they're going out to eat, and also they have many years ahead of them of purchasing power and also the power to influence many people. So that's the reason we concentrate on young people, and also they're not set in their ways yet. So there's many good reasons to concentrate on young people. Unfortunately, college campuses provide a great opportunity to reach these young people because every college campus has thousands or tens of thousands of young people roaming around. So we take advantage of that for sure. Now, leafletting is kind of, we're getting intangible results. Great thing about my job is I am able to see some of those results. Basically, every day I'm out there, I leaflet Monday through Friday all day long. So every day I'm out there, I'm seeing the impact that we're making. Every day I'm hearing from people who say, oh, this is sad, I want to go vegetarian, I want to go vegan. For example, today I was at College of Southern Nevada, Charleston campus, and a couple came up to me named Scotty and Shirley, and they told me, you know what, I got this booklet earlier, and it's really disturbing stuff, and I want to go vegetarian. And this is something that is not an anomaly, it's something that happens all the time. And fortunately, there's now data to back this stuff up. The Humane League, kind of a sister organization to Vegan Outreach, did a study recently on two major colleges on the East Coast about leafletting, and it turns out that about 1 out of every 60 people that receive a booklet go vegetarian or go vegan. About 10% make significant changes, and 50% of people make some change. Do you know how long it takes to give out 60 booklets? If you're at a class change, you give out 60 booklets in like 3 or 4 minutes. So in 3 or 4 minutes of your time, you're creating as much change as you would be doing your whole life by just being a vegetarian or being vegan. So it's that exponential change that we can create that's really important. And I think that Vegan Outreach is playing a crucial role in pushing the ball forward for animals and really pushing vegetarianism into the mainstream. In 2005, a study was done by an independent organization that surveyed college students and whether or not they were vegetarian or vegan. At the time in 2005, 8% of students reported being vegetarian and 1% reported being vegan. In 2009, just 4 years later, 12% were reported being vegetarian and 2% reported being vegan. So it's a 50% increase in vegetarianism and a 100% increase in veganism. And that's over the course of 4 years. And I like to think that Vegan Outreach has played a part in that because since 2003, we've really ramped up our efforts to distribute booklets on college campuses. And every year we've been increasing the amount we've been handing out. And that's only as a result of our vast support from volunteers throughout the country as well as donors. So, my call to action to you is to give the animals an hour. Give the animals an hour once a week or once a month. The most important thing, really, is just doing this work. The points I'm making are irrelevant if you guys don't take to the streets, take to the college campuses, and get this work done. The great thing about this work, too, is you'll feel good about yourself after. Not just, feeling good about yourself, but feeling good about the impact that you've made. Not a single day goes by after I've leafleted that I don't feel like I really made an impact. I mean, I always feel like I'm, leading somewhat of a meaningful life after engaging in this kind of outreach and interacting with the public in this way. So, how to do it? It's pretty simple. I mean, it really couldn't be simpler. You order booklets. Vegan Outreach will send you booklets. You take this box of booklets, take it to a spot with busy foot traffic, and hand them out. And that sounds simple, and it is. And Elaine leaflets all the time. She is a force to be reckoned with, and I like the smile, it's funny. So, if you would like to leaflet, you can either order Vegan Outreach booklets directly, or Elaine, you can do it through Elaine too. And if you're willing to do this on college campuses, we'll send you these booklets free of charge. So, little leafletting 101. If you want to if this is work that sounds like something you would like to do, a few tips to remember is to just go to a place with busy foot traffic, particularly the college campus, and set down the box of leaflets and start handing them out. The vast majority of people are going to say thank you or no thank you. There are very few naysayers, and for every naysayer, there are dozens and dozens of people that are receptive and friendly. So, the idea of us going to these places and getting yelled at or getting screamed at is very, very, very rare, if it ever happens. So, it's important to remember that this is work that isn't that difficult, and it's simple, but it's very effective. So, it's kind of the best of both worlds. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, yeah. And if you would like to leaflet, fortunately, we will be leafletting on Friday at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, from about 9 in the morning until 1 p.m., and I would love to have your help. That'd be really, really great. And so if you're only able to give an hour, if you're not able to give an hour every week or every month, one thing to keep in mind is dedicating an hour of your paycheck to support this work. This work would not be able to get done if it wasn't for the financial support from donors throughout North America. Vegan Outreach is an organization that people love to give to because they see the results. I gave you a newsletter, which you can go through later, but you can go through and see the impact that we're making and the correlation between donations and booklets handed out. A few years ago, Vegan Outreach increased our budget by 56% because of donors, and the following year we distributed 56% more booklets. So there's a direct correlation, and it's something that everybody should consider if they're not able to dedicate their time to this. Now, I have no doubt that 100 years from now, things are going to be radically different for animals. But the speed of how quickly we reach this point is only going to be determined by our willingness to roll up our sleeves and get this work done. And leafletting is work that I think really needs to get done, and if Vegan Outreach, this is work that you would like to get done, Vegan Outreach would love to make that possible. I will leave you with one quote from the great Martin Luther King Jr. "The arc of the moral universe is long, but ultimately it bends towards justice." And what he means by this, or what he meant by this, was that change is often painful, piecemeal, takes a long time to occur, but change is inevitable if enough people are working towards it. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.